Facepalm. Facebook, what I thought was a civil debate about how, forget who it was, Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders had, was doing one of his little gun control statements, and somebody had made a meme about it. And I was like, okay. And then somebody casually remarked, well, I want to see the statistics of all of the people who have firefights with home intruders. You don't need guns to defend yourself. You know, just the thought of you having a gun is enough to make people run away. I got curious. So I looked it up to see if I could find any news reports of firefights with burglars. And lo, it didn't even take me 30 seconds. I found a news report of a woman whose home was invaded by 5 people, and she actually had a firefight with them, defending her home with her little gun. She was wounded, but she won. Okay? It was just a little fact. And so I thought in a adult manner, I said, well, I'm not really interested in the statistics, but I did get curious and I found this article. So here you go. Boom. You know, just here's your answer. It really does happen. And I got told that not being interested in statistics is a good strategy because you might get proven wrong if you're interested in statistics. Facepalm. Just facepalm. Here's why I couldn't care less about the mainstream statistics. I already kind of knew that, well, actually, no. You know what? There is no kind of new. Let me just tell you flat out from an educated point of view, here is why being educated is so important in fighting the truthing fight. I have a degree in anthropology. A big part of anthropology is, you ready for this? Statistics. Which means I had to study statistics. And one thing I learned, not just in college, which wasn't that long ago, by the way, because it took me a very long time to finish college, being as I was a single mother and spent one of my semesters homeless, actually, was that the statistics you see where they go, well, the gun violence is this and the murder rate is this, but in England, let us compare to England because England's is this. They are skewed and bloated. They are taking a gunfight ratio from a very small area, probably Chicago, where guns are illegal, and so therefore the crime rate's really high because people can't defend themselves anymore there. And they're comparing it to England's entire national rate. And they're saying, look at this, and people buy it. Or, on the other hand, people go, well, look at this murder, and it's like London only, and they're comparing it to all of America's rates. They're skewed. They're presented wrong. And so, no, I'm not interested in the damn statistics, because you're using them to lie to me. No, really, facepalm. Bullshit, and fuck you. But even more so, in order to reinforce my education a little bit, I am taking an online forensic course. It's from Singapore, and which means there's going to be no gun control crap in this. It's just going to be a forensics course, and the teacher is from the UK. Okay, so he has an emotional investment in making England look good, but he's a scientist, so he's, you know, so far it looks like he's a good one, if a little dry, this teaching. But anyway, he presented the murder statistics for England versus Singapore versus China versus America. And get this, guys, America's current murder rate is not as high as we think it is. It's only like a 4.2 or a 4.7. I can't remember if it was a 2 or a 7, but it's 4. We are really high in the low crime level. We really are. And the teacher pointed out that you are taught to think that America is extremely violent because of the shows, the CSI shows, the murder shows, or, you know, but we're actually not. I just facepalm. And that the 4.1 rate is actually not for the entire country. The reason why it's that high is because of places like, and he was very specific, Chicago. It's just like, Chicago, where you're not supposed to have a gun. So, no, I'm not interested in your stinking statistics. They're skewed. So it has nothing to do with being afraid of being proven wrong as much as being lied to. I think I'm getting red. Facepalm.